end of Loki season 2.
Yeah.
Him with the green time. It sounds like something I would make up. It really does. But it's real.
A ghost, a ghoul, a goblin, a monster, a werewolf.
Went on and wrote in the comments, I was going to say that came out great.
You're off to a great start.
Yeah. We got some fun stuff planned today. We got some goods. Yes, we do, ladies and gentlemen. We got the goods. I'm Cameron. This is Jared. Welcome back to the podcast Never Sleeps. If you've never been here before, we talk about a lot of cool stuff. We read fun articles and we discuss crazy things that we found throughout the week.
Yeah. Anything interesting that
Interesting. And this week we found a lot of interesting stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I have some fun articles. We have a good question of the days.
Nice.
2 questions of the days. And we've got some good stuff. So one of the articles we mentioned last week, and I want to pick up back up on, and it's about a prison break in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is always the best thing to talk about because prison breaks.
Yeah, that's fun. And I know we talked about the show Prison Break when we were talking about it.
We did very briefly, and then we started talking about something else. We didn't finish it, so I want to. Yes, we tangented it. So I want to get back to it. Yeah. But so I'm excited for that. Mm-hmm. So what's up with you? What happened? Anything new? Anything fresh? Interesting?
Some exciting stuff. I'm working on this video about the first UFO crash ever, the first UFO retrieval ever. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of new info about it, right? It was in Italy, of all places. And I thought something was weird when I was looking into it. There was a lightning storm when this UFO went down. Okay. So the first crash retrieval ever happened in Italy in 1933 during a lightning storm. And it reminded me of the most famous crash retrieval of all time, which was Roswell. Mm-hmm. And we know in Roswell, it happened during a lightning storm. But you hear all the time, like, how could a UFO not survive lightning? Like, how could they create these things that traverse the cosmos and can travel in any atmosphere and go into the water?
But a little electricity, and they're like,
they're not ready for lightning? Like, how could that be what takes them down? And that's true. That doesn't make much sense. And I heard even Rogan say it the other day. Like, it's something that people just bring up on a regular basis. Like, how could lightning take down a UFO?
By the way, speaking of Rogan, Las Vegas' own, what's the guy from the Wi-Fi?
AJ.
KJ?
Yeah, I don't know his last name. But yeah, AJ.
With
AJ. The fish.
He, with the fish.
Fish, yeah.
The fish was on the show?
The fish's name, yeah. The fish was on the show, but that's his, like...
So he made it on Joe Rogan, so good for him.
They brought his show up on Rogan so many times.
Of course he watches.
I guess it was only a matter of time before, he had him on as a guest, which is cool, yeah. I
was
like
it
that he's from Vegas.
Was it a good show?
I didn't finish it. I only got to listen to some of it, but I'm gonna listen to it. Boring. No, it's all this fun stuff we talk about. It's literally just one after another. Because he's got this guy in that talks about, literally he starts the show by saying, you guys talk about everything that I'm interested in. So he just wants to talk about all of it. Like I got through crop circles, giants, Grand Canyon, conspiracies, Anunnaki,
he's like
boom, boom, boom.
My writing team helps me with all this stuff. I don't know why
he brings up his writer a lot. He does. He goes, this is the guy that actually wanted to talk about that, or this. I can't remember the guy's name, but he keeps referencing some guy that's off camera.
Zahi Hawass, I'm pretty sure is the guy.
He gets brought up.
Does he? Did they talk about the episode?
Oh yeah, our show last week was, obvious that this was such a mess, that interview, and that it set back archaeologists for
57 years.
Yeah, literally as long as he's been there, maybe longer. It took that whole narrative, and anybody who didn't open their eyes after that interview and say maybe I should look into alternative theories is just as close-minded as he is. And Joe uses those words. He goes, he's the most close-minded person.
Did he say it? Good.
And he goes, the most close-minded person of all time is the gatekeeper of Egypt.
You know who would say I'm the least close-minded person would be the most close-minded person.
Exactly.
Just like, I'm the toughest guy in this room.
Dude, he starts the conversation that way. That's the first thing he says is, everyone else is wrong but me, and I'm the only open-minded Egyptologist ever in the world. That's crazy. That's psychotic. Sense. Yeah. And then he finishes off the interview by constantly saying, I don't want to hear about it. Yeah. Why would I listen to speculation?
So the King
the
list,
opposite.
No. Like what?
I never.
This is not real. Yeah, I've never heard of it. So let me explain why it's not real.
Cracked me up.
Wait, what? How are you explaining if it's not real?
Yeah.
You never heard of it.
Yeah, it's all speculation. Why do I need to listen to it if it's a myth? Oh, okay. What about this story about a magic person who took heads off?
I know. Great story. Yeah. One of my favorite true stories.
True story because it's written. Wait, okay. So, yep. I don't believe in carbon dating. I don't believe in satellite technology.
Dude, him saying he doesn't believe in carbon dating. Like, I don't understand what that means, though. Mm-hmm. Like, that's like me saying, oh, no, I don't believe in digging, dude.
It's only if it's written will he believe it.
If you write down
he's wrong.
Carbon dating, then I'll believe it.
He would know, even then, because it's real science. It has to be on a scroll from some guy that died 1,000 years ago. And even then, if you don't date it, that could have been written 1,000 years after whatever happened.
Doesn't that sound like the one thing that you would put the most scrutiny on is the things that you can't verify at all?
No. Only if it's written, it's real.
Putting heads back on people, that is the stuff that you would scrutinize, not carbon dating and satellites.
I know.
Anyway, he was the fucking worst. And we're not the only ones that feel that way because clearly a lot of people were like, people in the comments were like, thank God.
Yeah.
More people hated this fucking
exactly.
guy. Because he is the
comments
devil,
were funny. Yeah.
Incarnate.
They agreed that it was insane.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
UFOs, the first, Roswell, there was a lightning storm.
Yeah, we all believed up until recently that was the first one.
Yeah, there was a crash and it went down. And then apparently that was like the third or fourth UFO retrieval that the U.S. government did.
Right. So we all believed up until just recently. I'm talking within the last few years. Anybody who believed in this topic, they believed that the first UFO retrieval happened in Roswell in 1947, that we were scrambling to figure out what to do. Yeah. That's not the case at all.
No, yeah.
We found out recently that the very first crash actually happened in Italy. And we have all these people telling us the reason they crashed in New Mexico was the nuclear tests. Well, they weren't doing nuclear tests in 1933 in Italy.
Yeah.
So what's that about? So I started wondering.
So what's that about?
No, so legitimately, I was wondering. So why was the first crash there in 1933? What caused that to be the first crash? And it was retrieved by Mussolini himself, right? Mm-hmm. So, and in fact, he did a full media blackout. It's like we learned how to handle it based on how he handled his in 33.
Oh, I'm glad we use Mussolini as our,
Right, yeah. Total media blackout.
This is the guy we need to follow, okay.
Run fake stories, say it was a meteor by penalty of death. Literally, he told the media, if you say that it's anything but a meteor, penalty of death.
You die.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
And there was a lightning storm the night of the crash, okay?
Yeah.
So the only two things about Roswell and Magenta, Italy is where it happened in 33. The only two things that I could find at first was that there was a lightning storm. So I started digging into what else was happening in Italy in 1933. And it actually gets extremely interesting.
What's that?
And we see some really cool connections.
Yo, what up, boy?
In 1933, Marconi,
Columbus sailed the oceans.
The guy who won the Nobel Prize for inventing the radio in 1901, even though Tesla invented it in like 1893. He's still, Marconi got credit for the discovery.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about this when we did our Tesla episodes.
Yeah.
But Marconi was working on a new invention at the time, and it was radio detecting frequencies for radar purposes. So he was inventing radar in 1933 in Italy, just several kilometers from Magenta, Italy.
Okay.
So you have a guy who is building the first radar system in 1933 in Italy. And during a lightning storm, there's a crash of a UAP, the very first, okay?
Okay.
In Roswell, there was also a lightning storm. And the rumors were that we were testing a new type of radar system, and that's what actually brought the craft down.
I don't understand. Why would radar affect them at all?
Why would radar affect them? Maybe it's not just the radar or it's not just the lightning, but it's the combination of the two.
Every time we use radar, we shoot guns in the air. Is that not it?
What? Oh, so they're unaffected by shit like that. That's the thing, is they shouldn't be affected by lightning. They're not affected by bullets. The LA, you remember the Battle of LA where the UFO just stood there taking bullets like fucking Godzilla for an hour? Yeah. It was like that. It was like shooting at the Hulk. It was just like a joke. Like it just looked at you like, puny god. Yeah.
What was that voice?
Yeah, they were, because remember, up until that point, we really didn't get much. We got Hulk smash in the first movie. That's it. We get a Hulk smash.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he goes Hulk smash. It's really embarrassing, and then he does the
really
clap move. It is embarrassing.
Thunderclap.
And then we get
That'd be great
nothing.
he says that.
Yeah, exactly. That's how silly it was.
Yeah.
Because we got nothing until that. And then in Avengers we get that one puny god. That's it.
But didn't they like take Ruffalo's voice and mix it with Lou Ferrigno's voice?
I hope not.
I'm pretty sure that's real. I swear.
Yeah, that's
because Lou Ferrigno's like deaf.
Yeah. Look, GL back. Good. Felicity, yo, yeah. Chase Mac. Yeah, GL. So you're gonna like this. So the two things that Italy and Roswell have in common is they were both testing radar at the time of a lightning storm when these crashes took place. So the very first radar system being tested was in 1933 in Italy, and that's when the first crash happens during a lightning storm. So how would that work? So lightning is on its own generates electromagnetic frequencies and generates sound waves and radio waves. So every time there's a lightning storm, lightning creates its own radio waves. And if you're testing a radio wave detector system as a radar system, if a lightning bolt and radio waves collide at the same frequency, they can cancel each other out and create what's called a scalar wave. And scalar waves are what we are being told is the technology we've weaponized to shoot UFOs out of the sky now. So when we talk to people, when guys like Stephen Greer are interviewed, or any of these guys that believe that we're shooting these things out of the sky and that we have a directed energy weapon that works on UFOs, they talk about scalar wave technology. Tesla was working on scalar wave technology. It's still considered in the realm of pseudoscience because of the way it works.
And what is it?
Scalar waves are waves that don't so they don't use like the natural medium to travel. They can exist in three-dimensional space, and when two waves cancel each other out and a scalar wave is created, they can turn into a superheated orb. And you get these orbs, and like the Foo Fighters were these orbs that, and it's just like ball lightning. So people don't know what ball lightning is. We still don't scientifically know how it works. Well, it could be that if two lightning bolts cancel each other, their sound waves cancel each other out, they're creating scalar waves that become a superheated ball of energy. And that's what orbs are.
Their sound waves cancel each other out and it creates a superheated ball of lightning.
A superheated ball of energy. So ball lightning could be exactly that. We don't know what it is, but we know that it's a natural phenomenon.
Where did you hear this?
No. This is the belief of what scalar waves are, or how scalar waves are created. When two waves cancel each other out at the same frequencies, right?
Sound waves.
Yes. And if lightning creates sound waves and your radar system's built using sound waves, if the lightning storm were to hit at the exact same frequency when you're putting these radio waves out there, you could create a superheated energy ball that could vaporize matter. And that's what these directed energy weapons do. So imagine you're a UFO and you're flying through. Lightning's fine. Radar's even fine. But scalar waves creating a superheated ball of energy could rip right through you, no matter where you're from or how cool your technology is.
No matter where you're from.
Yeah. So the fact that the first crash happened in Italy when the very first radar system meets a lightning storm, and Roswell happens when a new radar system is being tested during a lightning storm, that can't be a coincidence. And
you think they intentionally are shooting UFOs out of the fucking sky?
So yeah, we've had whistleblowers say that we are intentionally shooting them down, and the way we do it is using scalar wave directed energy weapons. And there's a lot of things you can do with scalar waves because of the way they operate, and they move at the speed of light. You can use they're undetectable. They're in you can't pick them up. So like with a radio wave, you can pick up that signal. If you could use scalar waves, then those can't be detected, and you could pass messages instantaneously from one place to another, and they can't be. You don't even need encryption. Nobody can get them.
If it's canceling itself out?
No. So you would have to build a scalar wave sender and receiver. And that's how it works. And Hal Puthoff actually has a company that sells this technology. He's building and selling it.
Scale these waves.
Yeah. So there's no way that that's a fucking coincidence, right? So if you can create a superheated ball of energy with radar and lightning combining, you could take out a UFO. And what if we saw this connection and that's how we came to create these weapons? Because that's what a directed energy weapon would be. Tesla was working on scalar waves when he built his death ray. That was the point of it. So it's interesting that
His death ray.
Remember his death ray? We talked all about it. That was like his most ridiculous. And these superheated orbs could very well be ball lightning. So on their own, lightning bolts could, at the same frequency, create these orbs, which is what we call ball lightning. This phenomenon we don't understand. Maybe we fucking do understand it, and we, at the highest levels, pretend that we don't because we've learned how to use it and harness it. And vaporize matter with it.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the connection there. So the first crash tells us a lot about the most famous one. And it kind of gives us a little look into what we might have as far as futuristic weaponry.
Why is this Magenta Italy crash not that as popular?
So it is. It's becoming really well known because a lot of current whistleblowers are talking about it. But I wanted to do a video specifically about that crash.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get too far into the details of the crash, just that it happened to be in 1933 in Italy. Why would a UFO crash there first? That was my question, is why there?
What year?
1933. And so we didn't start testing nuclear weapons in the US, right, until the 40s. So that's when we started seeing crashes there. And if you believe that that nuclear weapons interfere with their navigation systems or what, then okay, that makes sense. That's why we have crashes in New Mexico. Yeah. But why did we have a crash in Italy in 33? Well, there's no way that's a coincidence that we're using radar for the first time in 33 when this crash happens during a storm. Roswell, we're testing new radar, and people that know about the Roswell crash say that it was a new radar system that actually brought the craft down. So they just don't put the two together.
Yeah.
So this is the Magenta Italy crash wasn't well known until now. So if we had that information before, then I think more people might have started to put those pieces together earlier. It's just this past couple of years we've learned about the Magenta Italy crash.
That information would have been good to know yesterday.
Right. So
what movie?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
What is it?
That information would have been good to know yesterday.
What is it?
Screams at her. She's like, I don't think I could get married. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, that information would have been good to know yesterday. The Wedding Singer? No.
I haven't watched that one
enough. It's the best movie ever, man.
Dude, I love that fucking the Sandler movie with Sandberg, where that's his son.
That's my boy.
Yeah, that's
love that movie?
because it's it's like it's an Adam Sandler R-rated comedy. It's so funny.
A ridiculous film.
I love it. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
It cracks me up. Yeah, Sandler's just great.
Yeah,
I mean, all his movies are pretty good.
Dude, The Wedding Singer is one of my favorite movies ever, though.
A lot of people love that one. It's just one of the ones I've seen the least. I don't like that one where Little Nicky. Yeah.
Julia. Oh, I don't think I care. I don't care for Julia.
Wedding Singer was good though.
No, Wedding Singer. You gotta rewatch it. Julia Gulia. Dude, you gotta rewatch it.
Yeah.
You could call this, I got punched in the face for sticking my nose in other people's business.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Boys Night Out actually made a song called I Got Punched in the Nose for sticking my face in other people's business.
Bands used to do that. A lot of movie quotes.
When music was great. Yes. Also, that song at the end of that movie. Growing old with you. Do you remember it at all?
Did he make that up or was it a real song?
No, I think they made it for the movie.
Then I remember him just like kind of riffing a song like
that. No, I don't think he improv'd it.
No, it's not improv, but I mean I remember him making up a song for her at the end. Something like that. Yeah.
Well, both the songs he sings in it are fucking fantastic. When he sings the one song to her, he's like, I was listening to a lot of The Cure when I wrote this. And it's like, I loved you so much. It's like a very Cure beat. And then, but it all was bullshit. Like, it's so good. Man, we'll rewatch the movie.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go through here beat for beat.
Yeah.
But watch the fucking movie.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully this, I'm not drinking Red Bull. That's not helping. I was going to say, hopefully this Red Bull will kick in soon, but I'm not drinking.
I have one over there for you.
Oh, that would have been good to know yesterday. All right. So, scalar waves, dude. It's funny you mentioned them because I've been saying for like years, scalar waves are where it's at.
Well, it really is. They can heal people. We could use them for encrypted transmissions. We could use them
which makes sense.
They're
a ball of lightning can be used to heal people. Yeah. I've always had.
Yeah, like Tesla used to bathe in lightning. So
tell him that turned out for him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But no, dude.
How old is he when he died?
I think that's a legit revelation. The idea that those two things
there's
are
a
linked,
commonality
that
there.
Roswell, because there's got to be a reason why it went down in Italy in 33. The only thing, and after the craft goes down, all of a sudden we start getting all these breakthroughs out of Italy in the physics world. We get Fermi, which he's the father behind the Fermi paradox, which is about life on other planets. Marconi was a huge proponent of life on other planets, believed in aliens, full stop. He was brought in to consult when they got the craft. And then when Italy joins the Axis powers, the craft goes to Germany. And all of a sudden we've got people like Schauberger, and we've got these secret aerospace programs going on out of Germany in World War II that come to all of these amazing discoveries years before we were even thinking of going there.
Thinking of discoveries.
So, yeah, it led to all kinds of stuff, and we recruited all those people, but Comlerstock and all that stuff. We brought all these guys over and made them U.S. citizens, and they built the space shuttle. And but if we made the connection of, because we would have had all the information, if we made the connection between what brought that craft down and what brought Roswell's craft down, we could have very well figured out a way to weaponize
scalar waves radio frequencies and be killing people for years using it.
And that's where that breakthrough comes from. And we know science is, classified. There's a lot of science that we're not allowed to know about, breakthroughs that are classified in physics that we're not allowed to know about. And this would be one of them, a directed energy weapon using the natural medium.
Hold on. You might not get this, but please get it. What is this from? Where a character is like, and back then science was real crude.
Oh, I don't know.
You have no idea, like, what I'm even. Okay, never mind.
What could that even be?
He's, I forget. It's like some old guy like trying to explain to somebody.
Yeah, that's
something.
That sounds like a Sandler quote, honestly.
Sort of, right?
Yeah. One of just the guys that's always in those movies, like maybe
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, the beer guy that talk like this, like just he puts all those people in. All
I see homos naked. That's cool, man.
Yeah, he just shows up. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them is his brother, right? His brother shows up in a lot of his movies.
Bill Sandler.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I have no idea what the fuck.
Yeah, one of them is his brother.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. He's in a lot of the films. He looks like him. He looks like a nerdier version of him. But I just like the whole Boston thing where, hey, guy, and he's like a child star.
Yeah.
It's so good. I think
he's a child star because he banged his teacher when he was
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, and like even like the bailiffs are like high-fiving in the court.
The best.
It's so funny, dude.
That's facts, though.
Yeah. Oh, they're all high-fiving.
Because we mentioned on the show, it was the woman who made.
We did talk about this, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just that was just in the news. Yeah. I was like a brand new that just happened. That's silly.
Crazy.
Well, especially at the middle school level, it's ridiculous. It's so gross.
Middle school is insane.
Gross. Yeah, that's like
because you're like an actual like infant.
Mm-hmm.
Middle school is insane.
Oh,
high school is insane. Yeah. High school, you're a child.
Kids grow up super late now too. Like it's not like it was in the 50s or so. You know what I mean?
Where we don't die at 40. So yeah. You're getting married off at 13 years old.
Yeah, no, exactly. That was happening back then.
Yeah.
Things have changed
science
a lot.
Is real crude.
Yeah.
Damn, when I think of it, I'll let you know and I'll send you the scene or whatever. But Chase said that he saw Thunderbolts, and I don't know why he phrased it like this, but I actually thought it was like so good.
Yeah, it was so
He's
good.
Like, I actually thought it was good.
Yeah, we did like a whole breakdown of it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Everyone, I think, agrees. I don't think I've met anyone who was like, oh, it's sort of fucking blue.
They killed it. And now they're going to do Fantastic Four, which will probably kill it.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
If that movie fails, dude, there's so much riding on that fucking stupid movie.
Are they breaking Secret Wars up or something? I heard something like that. Like
I just know everything got delayed.
Yeah.
If they break up Secret Wars,
I think they're like.
It seems like a tall order.
Yeah, because you can't do that all in one film.
Yeah.
So I think they are breaking it up where that planet's gonna like exist over several films.
By the way, I think it should be a throwaway scene, but are we done talking about the UFOs and thing?
Yeah. That was my.
Yeah, we're gonna do a deep dive. Yeah, we're gonna do a full deep dive.
Italy.
That's right.
I just wanted to tell you something I noticed while researching it, and I think that's a legit fucking discovery.
Yeah, that is.
So there's something to that.
It's cool.
And the directed energy weapon stuff. It's just
can't believe
it's all there.
You discovered scalar waves? Is that what you said? You discovered what scalar waves are.
Discovered how scalar waves were being created or how we could create them on our own.
Yeah.
And we would have made that breakthrough in the 40s. We would have put that together.
In the 40s.
So we could have been taking craft down. Neutrinos were discovered by the Italians right after this. It's neutrino detectors we use to figure out when a UFO is going to materialize somewhere. Like this is the fucking science behind this stuff. Was all figured out right after the retrieval of that craft. All of a sudden, Italy's like the top physics minds in the world. Then the Germans get a hold of it during the World War II, and now all of a sudden Germany's the top physicists and scientists in the world.
Yeah.
And then we get a hold of all of it after the war, and now we're going to the moon, and we got all this. I mean, it's an obvious correlation here that as soon as we get our hands on any of this shit, like technology seems to fly.
Chase said, didn't we go to Italy and take their UFO stuff from the crash?
We did.
Yeah, the Pope sent us stuff apparently.
One of the first people to know that UFOs and aliens exist was the Vatican. They were the first. Mussolini told them, "This is what we found," because the Vatican was in Italy, and they were very close, the regime and the Vatican.
Angels and Demons.
So imagine.
Remember Angels and Demons? They had Stellan Skarsgård play.
The security guy.
Yeah, what is it? What is their security called?
Shit.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But perfect. That's why I picture like literally in charge.
Yeah.
No, we will not do that.
It was so good. Yeah, I love that fucking movie.
So good. Yeah, that movie's great. And then he said, "Yeah, I guess I've never seen a UFO during a thunderstorm, or a lightning storm."
Yeah, especially now with all I'm sure they figured it out. But if you weaponize this technology, dude, I could even connect this to crop circles now. Like we can fit because it just orbs in general.
Wait, you think crop circles are real?
We know they are.
By we know they are, you mean you think they're real?
No, I don't think. There's been scientific studies done, and that a percentage of them we know are real because they have differences between the fake ones. We know which ones are fake. We know which ones are real. It's based on there's science to it.
But it's real crude.
The actual wheat itself gets superheated from the inside. So, and they always happen over these chalk causeways, like where Stonehenge is. These things they all happen in like the same area, right? There's these chalk limestone causeways underneath where the crop circles are always built. And chalk is made up of limestone, which is mostly made up of calcium and a little bit of quartz. Calcium creates cavities and resonates sound wave and sound wave frequencies. So if you had a ball of energy that was superheating and or the crops in general, you could bounce the sound from that superheated energy through the causeways, and those resonant frequencies would create patterns on the ground, just like they do when they put like sand on a speaker and play a frequency. Okay. So that's why the crop circles are always geometric shapes found like naturally through, and all of them, all the real ones, seem to mimic sound frequencies. So if you were superheating the crops from above and creating a sound frequency that resonated under the causeways underneath the wheat, you would create these superheated patterns.
So what are they doing?
So the way you can tell the difference.
What's the plan of the UFO?
No, it's not a UFO. I'm saying it could be. I think crop circles are a natural phenomenon. I don't think anyone's doing them. I think it's a natural sound frequency mixed with these lightning or balls of energy that are created in the natural medium by either radio waves or scalar waves or lightnings and these radio waves canceling each other out. But I think whenever we create these superheated balls of energy, it would superheat the wheat from inside out, which is what happens in real crop circles. They pop from the inside and they're woven into these geometric patterns.
So
that
you're saying
resonant frequency.
Crop circles are real.
Yeah, some of them, not all
they're
of them.
American. No, crop circles are real, and that they have
We've
nothing
done
to do with
studies on it.
UFOs?
They don't. No, I don't think they do. So if they did, this is how it would work. If the propulsion system of the UFO used, whatever they use to propel,
But it would have to be over that area for some
they would have to
reason.
be over that area, and it would cause some sort of sound frequency to bounce off of the limestone underneath, and it would create a resonant frequency, and the heat of the whatever the propulsion
Sure.
system is bouncing through those
But
caverns
you said
would create
the-
a pattern on the ground.
you said the quote unquote real crop
The
circles
real ones, yeah.
have causeways similar to like Stonehenge.
They're
But
over
aren't
causeways.
those like
yeah.
related to UFOs or aliens?
Well, we see.
Don't people think that like aliens or
Well,
something?
it's because they're seeing orbs.
William
over them.
William Eddy on location is on location,
There
dude.
he is. Thanks for being on location.
And thanks for being William Eddy.
But no, so yes, the reason people think that UFOs show up over these causeways is because they're seeing orbs over them.
Yeah.
But orbs don't have to be alien. Orbs can be a natural phenomenon like ball lightning or these scalar waves creating superheated balls of energy. So you could.
There's
from the
definitely
inside
real
out.
crop circles, Chase says.
There are.
The real ones have changes at the molecular level.
They do.
Or grass is perfectly woven together
It's true.
throughout the full crop circles.
Yeah.
It's true.
The fake ones are smashed, so they use boards to smash them down, right? The real ones mimic these sound frequencies, and they're woven together and they're superheated from the inside.
Well, if you asked me to make
and burst at the elbows from the inside out.
if you asked me to make crop circles, I wouldn't do what those guys did with the wooden plank and the.
But that's who
on it.
gets credit for all of them.
Yeah,
are those
I would-
fucking two guys?
Yeah.
So that's not true. Those guys are fraudsters.
What's not true?
That all crop circles are made by guys like that.
No. I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying if I were to make them, I wouldn't do it like those two jerk offs.
How would you do it?
I do it.
That
I would use
works.
some heating mechanism, for sure.
Well, you would need like some really interesting technology to pull it off because the
I'd put a little
patterns
thought
are
into it, I'll make
perfect.
it happen, yeah.
Like we're talking within like the 1/8 of a centimeter. Like they're perfect, and they represent like the Fibonacci sequences or geometric patterns that happen through resonant sound frequency, and they're all perfect. Like as far as like they're perfectly round, like, and there's energy that comes off of them. They actually pick up like microwave energy radiation from these, from the real ones.
Yeah.
And there's a video of orbs flying over a field, and you see the wheat start to compress into this
No.
shape. Yeah,
There's no video.
there is. We don't know if it's real or
Yeah,
not,
it's
but
not a real
it
video.
was released in the 90s, and visual effects weren't really there yet. I don't know.
They were
It's
really
a legit.
crude.
And it would work.
right,
If that video is actually a good representation of how you
Oh,
could create real crop circles.
I just remembered what that's from.
What is it?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, I would never get that. It's
Yeah.
like some random episode.
It's some random episode. It's
Yeah.
when they all go to therapy, and Frank Reynolds, the Danny DeVito's character, he says, you know what a nut house is, or whatever he calls it,
Yeah.
the phrase is, and he's like, yeah, they say, when you're messing up or whatever, and they think you're crazy, they send you upstate to a nut house. He's like, and back then science was real crude.
Yeah, that's
And,
funny.
yeah, he's
I
like,
could see that.
I met a girl. She was a frog girl. Like, dude, it's
That show's
so
funny.
good.
But yeah,
like
Chase says, he
season
goes,
got one.
yeah, they could be rare natural phenomenon like ball lightning. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying, which is why they show up in Fibonacci sequences or resonant sound frequencies. They mimic them. If you had something to superheat it from above and bounce the sound waves underneath, which is what calcite does, it creates this cavity effect where it creates these little bubbles of sound waves, and they burst and bulge, and it actually amplifies sound. So you got the superheating from above, and you've got the sound frequency from
above,
below.
so below.
Yeah, and it creates these perfect patterns.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've been scientifically tested. Some of them are real. Some of them are
Speaking
fake.
of perfect patterns.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, dude, I have a talent show.
What?
For my work,
Oh,
and
that's
I'm gonna
weird.
do it. I'm gonna submit. I'm gonna be a part of it.
to do what though?
Probably-
What's the talent? The nunchucks?
Probably my dancing,
I would do nunchucks.
not doing my nunchuck moves.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You think it's ready?
Yeah.
It's like 15 years in the making. I
I
don't
know.
know.
You got to show somebody. It's time to show somebody.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Because it's just like
You could
that's
do a whole
my
channel.
thing.
You could do a whole channel on just your nunchucks.
I know.
So is it nunchucks? Is it like
Nunchucks.
None? Just none?
Yeah.
Nunchucks.
Yeah.
And
But,
chucks, interesting. Nunchucks.
Or you throw it, if the whole fist doesn't work, you fucking throw it at him. You chuck it at him.
Yeah. Well, Michelangelo was your favorite turtle, so you've been working on it for a long
Leonardo
time.
was my favorite turtle, and Leonardo da Vinci was left-handed. Did you know this?
I'm sure he was.
Yeah, all the great men in history.
Yeah, a lot of creatives. It's true. Left hand.
Yeah, just great humans in general. Yeah, some of the best.
Yeah, creativity wise.
It's just in general, like the greatest human beings.
Da Vinci was insane.
Wow.
Insane mad scientist. He was all right brain. You could tell, like just fucking doing the damn thing.
Yeah. Holy nunchucks. So I was gonna do a stand-up routine. Do a tight 5.
Really?
Yeah. Is that crazy?
Well, unless that's something you actually want to do.
No, I don't want to do stand-up, but I just think it'd be fun to do for a work thing.
Yeah, you can do that. Okay.
But hey, guys, look at me for 5 minutes straight, right?
Yeah, stand-up's not easy. That's like something you really gotta know how to do.
It's so hard.
Yeah. That's,
like,
you gotta
even writing something like that has like beats. And
it's a talent you have to hone for like a decade.
For
at least
literal decades.
Yeah, before you start going out there. But for work, you could do it.
It's a work thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people are gonna.
But you have like talents, don't you? You could use like something you're already good at. You have to come up with a new one.
What do you mean?
Like your nunchucks. Just do
I told you, I'm not showing the world my nunchucks yet. Maybe another 15 years.
Show me your throwing stars.
That is part of my nunchuck routine.
You know, you gotta separate the two.
Yeah, because remember when I do my side flip is when I pull out the.
Chase would come see it. He said he wants to see you do the stand up.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Deal. I'll let you know when, where, who, what, and why. But so yeah, I was gonna.
What do they call Converses on a nun?
Nunchucks, boy.
That's right, man. You gotta show the world. Prove.
Yeah. What other talents? What else would I do? Impressions? Like what would I do?
Yeah, you do that all the time. That's like something you have honed, and don't you have like a few go-tos?
No, I guess I'm go-tos.
Yeah. And you could do a routine where you just switch. That's what like SNL people get casted to do. They go up there and they just do like a few jokes in different impressions. That's how they get on the show. If you can do impressions and a few minutes of comedy with the impressions, you can get on SNL. But you got to get time on the stage.
No.
Like when the scouts are coming, which is hard to do.
I think they come to my work in talent show. I mean, they'd be fools not to.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Question of the day, Jared.
Yeah.
Let's see. If your life was a movie, no, I'm just kidding. What's the weirdest thing you believed as a kid?
Weirdest thing I believed as a kid would probably be that. So when I was young, I thought I really liked Japanese cars.
Okay, yeah.
Japanese cars. I thought that they were so much cooler than like American muscle cars. Like I would die on that hill when I was young. Well, Fast and the Furious had just come out. It was really popular at the time. And so it was in the zeitgeist. And as I got older, I realized that like a classic muscle car is the fucking coolest thing ever. And I would kill for like a 67 Mustang or something like that. Or a Charger, or a Challenger. Dude, a fucking Challenger would be so sick. Like I'd kill for like a late 60s model.
Stingray.
Yeah, any of those. Oh, no, I don't like those that much, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't a Stingray fan. I don't like those. But
you don't like
I love the old
Trans
Mustangs.
Ams or any of those either, huh?
Not the 90s ones or the 80s ones, but the 60s ones. If I'm going to go like late 60s, I'm going to go Challenger, I'm going to go Charger or Mustang.
Or what's it called? What's the car's name?
Mustang Eleanor.
Yeah.
The Shelby Mustang GT. Yeah, that's the greatest car ever made. So they do. There's this shop that does. They take those old cars and they give them.
Shelby's.
No, they put all the new stuff in them. So you have the LCD screen, the
sick,
USB ports, and like actual working air conditioning, and windows that roll up and shit.
Yeah,
because those old cars suck. They don't even seal. Like you know what I mean? You get air coming in, and it's just a mess. So they turn them into like new cars, but you still get the body of that old 67 or whatever.
Yeah,
I would kill for that.
And the
DeLoreans
engine,
are cool too. I would love a DeLorean.
DeLoreans, they're just they weren't great cars though. They just look cool.
So I saw a guy DeLorean. He put a Porsche engine in it, so it could freaking cook. And only a Porsche engine would fit in something that it's a very small engine.
Yeah, they're weird cars.
But dude, it cooked and it looked so beautiful. yeah, I would love a new DeLorean because you can order them factory made, brand new right now. Like the shop's open, they make them. But put like a Porsche engine in it.
So 69 Shelby, Chase said would be sick. Agreed.
Yeah.
And then GL said 69 Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, probably.
MK2. 69 Toyota Corolla.
No, the MK2 was the Spider, and I don't know if they had a 69 Toyota.
Is he being funny?
Yeah, I think he's putting them all together.
Because he said Corona also.
Yeah.
It's a beer.
Yeah, that's not a car yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't get there.
Especially in 69.
Right. And dude, there's nothing uglier than an 80s Japanese car.
Yeah, they're
so
they're all
bad.
hatchbacks.
Like the CRXs and all the, oh my gosh. Like it was just a bad time for cars. The 80s was terrible.
The worst time
oh my god. Early 90s, really bad. Once we get to the 2000s, they start looking
The
good
2000
again.
Mustang is like one of the sexiest body styles of all time.
Even the Civics in 2000 started looking good. Those are the
before
Civics
they were
in
horrible,
Fast and the Furious, the black ones they used. Yeah.
At the beginning.
Before that, oh my god, they're so gross. The Toyota Supra. That is a car
one
that
of the
was
greatest
so
cars
ahead of
ever-
its
ever
time.
time-
A
ever made,
90s car, yeah, that looks like it's from 2010. Like
Yeah.
it was like a decade
It looked like
or so ahead of its time.
And like the Eclipse sort of said, "Oh, let's just copy almost
The Eclipse
everything
was
about
cool.
that."
The GSX Eclipse,
Yeah.
the Integra. I always wanted a Type R Integra when I was younger.
Yeah, I was never a huge Integra guy.
My ultimate was the STI.
You know what my dream car is like right now?
What?
Fucking GTR.
Yeah, a Skyline.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
yeah,
they're
the
not
new
even
Skyline.
Skylines. So
Yeah,
they
but that's what
separated
it
the
is.
Skyline from the GTR. So now there's just GTRs.
But they don't sell Skylines, right? So it is a Skyline.
No,
it looks like
they
a
just
Skyline.
came out with Skyline, a new line of Skylines.
So that the Skyline GTR was the car.
The Skyline
before.
GTR was years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And that
now
was like
they've
right side
separated
drive
them?
or left side drive or
Yeah, you couldn't get
right
them in the
side driver. They
States.
were like
Yeah.
the shit. And then they separated the GTR from
Just
the
like
Skyline brand.
The Silvia.
The Sylvia.
That was the Nissan. The Nissan Silvia. You couldn't get it in the States. It had the sickest Nissan engine in it.
Yeah.
And it was like the fastest Nissan.
But the
off
GTRs, dude, it is.
line.
So it sort of looks like a Nissan Z, but better in every conceivable way.
I love the GTRs. Yeah. I didn't know they separated it from Skyline, but
Yeah, it's just
I
called
wanted
GTR.
a Skyline since there were
Skylines, I don't know, they were a
Yeah.
little square for my taste.
Yeah, I liked them.
But I did too. Well,
But
I
now
would've killed for
American
one, but-
muscle cars are so much cooler to me. I just love
But
them.
I
But that
really
was the
do
weirdest. I
like-
think to me that was a weird thing as I went through that phase where I just loved those cars so much.
Fast and Furious had a lot. To
and
do
I think
with that,
that's
yeah, for
exactly
sure.
what it was. Is I was like, oh,
But-
dude, I want to drive under a fucking
Yeah, a semi.
yeah, semi truck.
for sure.
I
I
wanna
want
do
a
that.
lowered Civic.
Yeah,
and drive under.
I want to be able to have airbags,
black
drop it
with the
and
green.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the green ground effects.
Yeah, super. Yeah, the Eclipses.
Dude,
were
that
really cool
movie
at the
created
time.
generations of car heads.
Yeah, it did.
Like,
Street racing was like the
dude,
coolest thing ever.
I used to go buy
I used to race.
what was that magazine? Imports. Oh,
Yeah, that's
Something
funny. Just
imports.
to look at it. Yeah.
and I would not even just look at it. I would cut out like, okay, I want this Anika cold air intake, and then I want these
Yeah.
Sparco seats.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I want, like I would build
I would
my
do
car.
that too. I did that with
Yeah.
bikes before I got like my first BMX bike. I would like go through the magazines and try to figure out like the
That's
perfect
sorta
design
great,
from
yeah.
and then as I got old enough to drive, it was cars. Like I wanted a
Yeah.
specific. I would look
It's
through
fun to do
Auto
with
Trader
bikes.
every week
That's
and see
odd
what
to
was
do
for
with
sale.
bikes. So I want this red line.
Yeah.
But I want it to have these.
With BMX, you could do
What are
that.
those things that you stand on or that you
pegs.
can pegs? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want these silver pegs.
No, but the cranks were different. You would pick out the seat, the cranks, the handlebars, like everything was customizable, and they were all like the levels of like quality that you could get.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would go through and I'd try to pick out what my
Isn't that
perfect
funny?
BMX would be.
Because I'd even try and stay within a budget when I was building my dream car.
That's funny. Yeah, that's
Well, I don't
weird.
want to do that
Yeah.
cold air intake. I'll do the cool air intake.
No, that's true. I guess I would do the same thing.
everyone did
I would
that,
even
I
be
think.
like, oh, that's the 5-lug version.
Yeah.
I'd rather, like I could,
Yeah.
I have to drop it to the 4-lug.
Yeah, yeah. I can swing the 4-lug.
Yeah.
The 5-lug in my
It
fantasy.
just makes the wheels more expensive when I get the Koenigs. and
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I'm
no,
like
it's all
budget
fantasy, but
shopping. Yeah, the
budgeting
fantasy
our
world.
fantasies,
I
yeah.
did that too.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, that's what. What's your weird thing you believed as a kid?
Oh, I believed. I believed when you bought a home,
Yeah.
you like had to buy it outright, the full amount.
Oh, that's wild.
Right then and
That's funny. Yeah.
So like if somebody bought a
nobody
home,
could buy 'em.
like they had fucking $3 million just chilling.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, fuck, man, this is well.
Yeah.
And then when I heard people say like, oh, I got to pay my mortgage, I'm like, oh, that's the taxes on and like the fees for having a home.
Well, once you figure out how
Like
it really
HOA and
works,
shit.
especially back when we were growing up, it was just all
Real
a fucking
crude.
racket. It was just bullshit.
No, when we were growing, well, literally,
it led to the housing crisis.
Disgusting what those people did.
And looking back, you see like how they used it as a way to like launder money.
It was disgusting.
You could have one house be foreclosed on 5 times in the same year, and it was just a way for people to get rich.
It was just It was a scam, bro. Yeah. Exactly.
It was a scam.
Disgusting.
And it screwed
behavior.
like all of America. Any homeowner back then lost everything.
Everything.
That was awful.
Yeah. It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Just so that
everybody was rich and then nobody was rich.
So yeah, exactly. Because the banks were like, oh yeah.
Except for them.
Then we'll just raise, well, not even. There's like, oh, we'll just raise the price. And then now they're going to have to pay more. Now they can't afford it. Now we're going to seize their home. But then they even had to get bailed out. Yeah. We all just lost our homes and we're fucked.
The bailout money went to the CEOs.
We all just got fucked.
Yeah.
And then the people who created these horrible fucking loans,
they all just got paid more.
They just made money. Bonuses. And then they got bailed out.
It's like,
but
what a time.
It sucks.
Yeah.
And it still sort of happens. Like rich people.
Yeah, today it's a different thing.
Like if you're rich, you don't go broke the same way I go broke.
Oh.
Like you just
they protect themselves.
Hey, well, because here's what they do. They're like, oh, I have businesses, so I go to a bank. Hi, it's me, the guy with the businesses.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how much money would you like, based on your businesses?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? And I'll be like, a couple milli, let's say 200.
Sure.
Like, ah, cool, yeah. There you go, buddy. Yeah. Enjoy your life. And then you just keep getting loans.
Yep.
And if I don't pay back my loan, they come after me with guns, knives, and dogs.
Yeah, you lose everything. Yeah.
I lose everything. They don't even lose everything the same way we lose everything.
No. Yeah. Because they protect themselves. With different assets and different laws and lawyers, and they shutter money.
Avoiding paying like capital gains taxes and stuff. It's so gross.
It's funny. Like one of my favorite stories ever is, it's like a famous story now, but this was, so our father worked for a very rich guy, and he went to the bank and he had this, what was it, this $200,000 Rolls or something like that, or $300,000 Rolls Royce. And he said, I want to take out a $20,000 loan because I'm going on a trip overseas and I'm going to use my $300,000 car as collateral. And the bank's like, oh, hell yeah. We'll do that, right?
We'll get that car.
And the interest on the loan was only like $275 or something like that. Stupid. But if he doesn't pay the full amount, the loan, 20 grand plus the $275, then they get to keep his $300,000 car. So because the collateral was so high versus the loan, the interest was nothing, right? So they take his car, he leaves town, comes back, pays them back the loan, right? Gets his car, and they all laugh and they go, you know what's so funny is, why would you put up a $300,000 car for a $20,000 loan? He said, because where else can I park in New York for $275 for 3 weeks?
Insane.
Yeah. He goes, they even washed it for me.
Insane.
It was just a way to park for cheap. Genius. Fucking
genius.
Yeah.
He had no intention of.
No. Yeah.
There was no loan. Like he didn't.
Yeah. The interest was so low that it was way cheaper.
I'll pay
for
the
them
couple
to just
bucks
hold on to the car for a few
do
weeks.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Saved him a shit ton, thousands in parking.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's genius.
See, it's that kind of thinking.
Rich people
that's
thinking.
why rich people are rich people.
That's rich people thinking right there. Genius. And the bank thought they were getting one over on him.
Yeah.
And they washed his car.
He's gonna
fucking in the bank safely.
He's gonna default on his fucking loan for his $300,000 goddamn car.
Genius.
Insane.
Yeah.
I used to believe that you couldn't only buy things that, or you could only buy things that were on sale. Like if it wasn't on sale.
That's genius.
Then they wouldn't be able to sell it.
We have a smart audience.
Yeah, right. We're a bunch of dummies.
Wow. No, that's funny. I like
that's
that
great.
One. That's
I
a
love
good
that.
Answer.
With a 91 Toyota V8 6-speed manual. See, he's confusing me now because that's real words.
Well, the Toyotas, I don't think ever did a V8. They always did inline sixes. I don't think there's a V8 Toyota.
He's messing around.
Yeah,
right?
in the 90s for sure. That wasn't.
What does that say? He took hard points on his credit for a few $100.
No, because he put up the $300,000 collateral.
He didn't have. Yeah, it's not affecting his credit.
No.
Yeah. What's a movie everyone loves that you secretly hate?
16 Candles.
Really?
Fucking classic.
Yeah.
It's boring as shit to me. I love the other John Hughes movies. I could watch all of them a billion times. 16 Candles, it's just
birds.
boring. Yeah, and the underwear scene, that's like super like the classic moment of that movie.
It's very tame and silly.
Yeah, I mean I don't find anything appealing about it. The storyline's not that great.
What do you think of Molly Ringwald? Do you think she's cute?
No. I think she's great for that role.
She's
though.
perfect for that.
Yeah.
Of the I'm innocent and not sure what's happening. But
who do they use now for those where like she's not supposed to be super hot, but she is, and she can pull off being a plain Jane, but she's also like extremely gorgeous.
Rachel Lee Cook. That was the 90s.
Yeah, no. Now, like recently, there is one.
Is there?
Yeah, there's an actress they use. Oh, what's her name?
Is it
from
Zendaya?
No. She's really pretty now. What's her name? With the big lips, she played the girl who killed her mom, who kept poisoning her to keep her sick. She also played in that that movie. She was in The Conjuring. She was the main little girl in The Conjuring. That movie about where they make everybody beautiful, The Uglies or whatever, on Netflix.
Not the name.
I think it is.
Really? Are you talking about Joey Adams?
Joey.
Is it not Joey Adams?
No, but it's Joey something.
Joey King.
Yeah, she pulls it off. She's in those other Netflix movies where she's like
the kissing booth.
The kissing booth. Yeah, she plays like the normal average girl, but she's also really pretty.
She's not that.
So
cute.
she can pull off the really pretty. No, but but neither is the redhead. The redhead's way less cute. But in the movie The Uglies, where they make you up and make you, she looks.
I don't know what the
really
Uglies
pretty.
Is. It sounds crazy.
It's it's got a sequel coming. It's going to be so fucking good. It's really good.
The Two Uglies.
It's very insurrection. What's that? Divergent. It's like that kind of thing. It's like a Divergent.
She's ugly as sin, I'd say.
I never liked her.
You know who's the hottest thing
weird.
ever? And I mean that both like sexually and as far as like the zeitgeist.
Oh,
Isabella Marcet.
What's she in?
The Last of Us.
Oh, that's it. Is that it?
No, she's also a hot girl in this new Superman movie.
Okay.
She's Dina from Last of Us, the hottest girl ever. She's so fun.
I just didn't know she was doing other things. I know who you're talking about.
She was even the girl in Transformers, the little girl building shit.
Transformers always has like the hottest chicks.
Always.
They invented Megan Fox.
Megan Fox was the hottest thing ever.
Yeah, when that movie came out, she was
she was literally the hottest girl.
Everybody instantly was like, "Wait, that's possible.
This is a thing that can happen."
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
You can build that.
Yeah. That's what people think about like Zac Efron when they first saw him. They're like girls.
Not
they're
first.
Like, oh shit. Like that's
maybe when he like came into his own a little bit.
That's
Dude,
what I mean.
What fucking happened to that guy?
Well, he's getting better.
Steroids.
Something. No, he says he got into like
steroids.
No, I think it was a car crash. He had to get like reconstructive surgery.
No, he didn't. No, he did not.
Well, that's the story that he tells.
The Roma?
And now he's gotten it's back to normal.
No, so
his face
here's
was
the
like
thing.
a little weird.
Yes. So here's the thing. What did he do a couple times over? That was like a crazy transformation. He went from like yoked.
He was always like yoked.
No, he wasn't fucking yoked.
For Baywatch, he got big. And then
for Baywatch, he got huge.
The Neighbors, he got huge. Yeah.
And literally said, "I'm never doing that again." And then he did that movie, the Iron Fist or Iron Claw, and he got fucking huge. The wrestling movie. Yeah. But here's the thing: when you take steroids, there's indicators. So first of all,
but his face looked like it was messed with.
Listen, that's what I'm saying.
Not steroids. It looked like
filler. Listen, you got to hear it.
Okay.
When you take steroids, what it does is it muscle growth, of course, right? So there's muscles in your face, and that is a common side effect. Look at Rogan.
Yeah.
So he takes all the tests, and he admits it. All the steroids. Look at the size of his head.
Steroids, yeah.
Yeah, look at the size of his head. They went from he was the guy on fucking news radio. And now he's a fucking meatball.
That's not just from working out?
Working out doesn't make your fucking head a round meatball.
Well, he's also getting older, but yeah.
Age doesn't make your head a fucking round meatball.
Zac Efron looked like he did filler, like he did like cosmetic stuff.
Yeah, it's because...
And he said it was from a car accident. And then they fixed it. In this most recent movie he's in, his face looks normal again. So I think they fixed it.
Stop taking the steroids. So
That could be
the muscle, but it literally, that's one of the side effects is you get muscle growth. All of these muscles around your jaw, around your cheeks.
The movie where his face is messed up, he's not big in. He's just normal.
Face is messed up. What?
Yeah, he has a movie that came out like a year ago. His face does not look the same. Now he was just in that show, the Seth Rogen show on Apple TV, and he looked like himself again. But about a year ago, he had his face looked, and his body wasn't all juiced up, but his face didn't look right. It looked like filler or
maybe this filler too, which is so gay.
And then I think he took it out or fixed it, or the surgery was corrected. But his face looked, he got in a crash. Yeah, his face looked like it got messed up, which is so sad for him because that's like, I mean,
he got in a crash and got facial surgery.
Yeah.
Okay, because
but Megan Fox.
Oh my god,
it's crazy,
dude. I remember when I first saw that movie, I was like, oh, she became my like home screen for my
with the green eyes and the dark hair and the whole thing.
The lips.
Nobody ever saw that coming. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. The combo.
Just insane.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
Unreal. Then she blew up her career. She thought like she was so pretty that she could just do whatever she wanted, and it didn't work out.
No, it didn't. Well, she called Michael Bay Hitler on set.
That's so bad. So stupid.
Especially when Steven Spielberg is your exec producer. You don't go around tossing those kind of terms around.
Yeah.
He didn't take kind of that.
Who else ruined their career? She was in every movie, the blonde. And then she screwed up by saying something bad about Seth Rogen.
Yeah, about the movie Knocked Up.
Yeah, she
Katherine
was in
Heigl.
Heigl was in every movie. Biggest
she was on the way
starlet.
Up. She was on the way up.
On the way up, she was there, and then she disappeared. Nobody wanted to work with her ever again. It was just
because
like one day she was there.
They can't trust her.
Yeah.
How are you gonna go work on this movie? Yeah. Say you love this movie. Go to do promo and say, I think it's misogynistic. I think it's crap. I mean, she's not wrong.
And they replaced her with Charlize, and Charlize is the best.
Replaced her with Charlize.
Yeah. Like, as far as being the comedic hot blonde, she got a lot of those roles.
She's got that one with
she's got a few good ones. I love her action movies. She was never an action star. Now she's like an action star.
Atomic Blonde. What else?
Yeah. Well, no, the one where the old guard. Holy shit.
What is that?
And she's the shaved head Fury Road. She's like an action star.
Oh
now.
yeah. Fury
she's
Road.
Hardcore. Yeah. But she did that comedy movie with MacFarlane. And then, but yeah,
MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane.
With Rogen.
Seth MacFarlane, the Western one, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Rogen was down the West.
She did like a bunch of comedic roles, and now she's an action star. She was also the main bad guy in a Fast and the Furious film. She's like an action star.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The Old Guard is good, dude. It's like these angels that can't die, and every time they intervene and save people, they change the course of history. They just don't know it. So they live forever, and every so often one of them dies. They don't know when or why, but they're invincible until just one day they're not. And she's the oldest one. Like she's like ancient Egypt, Babylon old. She's the oldest of the old guard. And she doesn't know why and so she's so over it. And she doesn't want to save people anymore. She thinks what she's doing is pointless, and she doesn't know what their effect is on history. She just thinks that it's gotten out of hand, violence is out of hand, what they do doesn't matter because it's just going to happen somewhere else. And they have to convince
Humans
her
can't be trusted
to try and come
They're
back
violent
and help
in nature.
with this one last mission. And it's cool because you never know which one of them could just end up going. And new ones are made.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody could become one, and somebody can just one day they get shot and they don't heal.
So
it's fun.
That's fun.
It's cool.
So speaking of Fast and Furious, Hufflepuff said to me, she's like, Cameron, I just watched the most generic movie of all time. It's this new Jason Statham movie. And she named it, I can't remember what it's
Hobbs
called.
and Shaw.
No, but I've never heard of it. And
Beekeeper.
I was just making a joke or I literally thought of the most generic film of all time.
Beekeeper.
Where I'm like, what is Beekeeper?
It's where it's just him being him. He just goes around kicking. He'll like beat up an entire SWAT team himself. Yeah, like it's insane.
Using like stuff he finds around him and shit.
Just like beating him up. Like he's able to just run through trained soldiers himself. Like whole rooms of them.
Is the transporter? That's what made him an action star.
Yeah.
But so
he's like just a karate guy all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. So weird. Yeah. They bring back like the Chuck Norris shit.
Yeah.
But they're like
the old guard.
She's like there's this new Statham movie, and it's like the most generic thing. And so as a joke on the phone, my impression of the most generic film ever was, wait, they have your daughter. All right. I know I've been retired, but I'll come out of retirement just for this.
Always.
And she's like, that's literally the fucking plot.
Yeah.
She's like, but it's like
that's
his
the beekeeper.
daughter.
Yeah.
That's every.
He's a retired beekeeper, but he's also a beekeeper at the same time. So he's an actual beekeeper. But the beekeepers are also this old team of
a beekeeper.
Like 007 types.
It's like Argyle. What's the Argyle before Argyle was Argyle?
Kingsman?
Kingsman, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like Kingsman.
Yeah.
It's like,
no,
we're just tailors. We just do suits. JK.
He's a beekeeper. A what? You don't know about the beekeepers? There was an elite team.
In 1978.
Yeah, exactly.
A team of elite.
He's the last of his kind.
Yeah.
And he was quiet, and you just brought him out of retirement.
It's every movie's John Wick now.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, so that's what I liked about The Last of Us. It's very John Wick. We get like that gratification of cosmic
no
gratification.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Garbage Man, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, welcome.
He commented on the last episode.
Nice, welcome.
Very
back.
very sweet comments.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, good guy.
Good man.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was he saying? Something super important.
No, we were talking about just John Wick and how every movie's John Wick. I said Last of Us became very John Wick.
So that's what I was saying. No spoilers.
I won't spoil anything,
dude. That last episode is. So
I didn't even want to watch the season. You made me watch it.
I know.
After the second episode, I was done, and you're like, "No, go with it."
Because I was
and
right.
Now I'm like,
until the end.
Yeah.
Because it got good.
It did.
And
Episodes
then it got bad.
5 and 6, it got good again. So second episode sucks. Third episode's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we're there, and I'm like, okay, now
Let's
I see.
fucking
Now
go.
I get it, why he
you
wants
meet
to,
Isaac, and you, yeah.
Never mind. It's just disappointing again.
Just slap me in the face.
Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the
Punish
John Wick
me for
aspect.
liking it. Yeah.
I love when she finds the first one. And she's like, "Do you know what he did?" And she says like everything he did. And she goes, "I know." And it's so good. I'm like,
she did know.
Yes, like they had the conversation just off screen.
Mm-hmm.
He dies. I'm like, we never got to see the ramifications of his actions and how she reacted to them. So that's why I stopped watching.
But especially playing the game, I knew that they do the flashback.
Yeah, I didn't know they were going to flashback him. So
I'm like, there's more, Joel. Please watch. Yeah,
I did. I watched.
And then I'm sorry for making you do so because that last episode was such shit. And you know what? I knew, and again, no spoilers, but when they got to the point where I'm like, dude, there's like 15 minutes left, and we're not near resolution.
Right. I'm like,
are they gonna fucking do this to me? Are they gonna fucking do it to me?
Even Chase said the season 2 finale made me not want to watch season 3. So the second episode of season 2 made me not want to watch season 2 at all. So this show keeps disappointing. The first season was so damn good that I just talked about it until the second season came out. I couldn't wait.
I know.
And
I felt like they came out back to back because I just kept watching Last of Us so often.
So good.
Dude, look what Garbage Man said.
What did he say?
Tell your boy to watch the 3-body problem. It's worth this time.
So they even talked about the 3-body problem on Rogan today with the Y-Files guy.
All right, I'll watch it.
He goes,
now that I'm not watching The Last of Us and you finish The Last of Us, I guess I'll hold up my end of the bargain.
Thank you, Garbage Man. I've been talking about 3-body problem for so long, and he doesn't trust me and you should trust me because you know.
I like Benedict Wong. I like the actors.
I wouldn't tell you to watch it if it wasn't worth it.
Who else is in it? Remind me, and that'll get me hyped for it.
So it's really those two people from the like famous
movies?
No, from Game of Thrones. Chumley.
Davos.
Chumley. No, the big fat guy who becomes like a medicine man. Who was that guy? Samwise. Yeah. Samwise Gamgee. Yeah.
That's basically who he is.
He is. Yeah. He's basically Samwise. So Sam and then, but yeah, him.
Davos.
Sir Davos is the greatest character ever in it.
He's greatest.
And then, and then Benedict Wong. It's so Sir Davos and Wong are. He works for Sir Davos. Wong does.
I love.
They're the intelligence agency trying to investigate what this phenomenon is that's happening. Physicists are just showing up dead around the world, and we don't know why.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
You know what I did start rewatching?
Huh.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's worth it. I did that. Man. I did that like a year ago.
Oh man.
Yeah, I just boom.
Dude, every scene with Baelish and Viserys.
They're fun at
so
first.
good.
Yeah. They're fun.
Followed him to that pit of chaos. Chaos isn't a pit; it's a ladder.
Yeah, the whole ladder
but everything.
That's like a finale Isn't that like a finale line? Like as
I haven't gotten
it's
there
coming
yet.
to a close, and he says that speech.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten there yet, probably. But I forgot how much shit gets introduced early on. Like,
yeah.
let me ask you this. I sort of spelled it a little bit. When does Brand see the three-eyed crow raven thing? What season?
Oh, what season?
Yeah.
2?
It's like the fucking second episode.
Oh, it's right away.
Yeah, it's
That's
right
hilarious,
away.
yeah.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, well, I guess that's right because they go on their whole adventure looking
he's at
for
home.
that the whole time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
But yeah, dude,
Yeah.
the Holdor stuff. But there's so much good stuff, and knowing it as while you're
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
it. So, but yeah, just the acting. A lot of those actors went on to do nothing except, I guess, Jason Momoa.
Oh,
I mean, who else? Daenerys did a few duds.
the Stormborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's great in this and only this. Every other movie, she's garbage. Hot, steaming garbage. But
Yeah, I don't think of her in anything else.
she's like in Terminator, and she was terrible.
Oh, yeah. Waste.
A waste. Just-
Waste.
That's all her roles.
Dude, but 3 Body Problems are good.
Okay, I'll
and
check
it's,
it out.
yeah,
I'll check it out. I'll check
and
it
the
out.
weird connections it's starting to have to our reality as we're getting more information about the UFO topic. It's
becoming a real body
weird.
problem.
Yeah, it's becoming like, did they know something when they wrote this, or is this part of the disclosure? Or
Chase said
it's
he's
too strange.
excited for Ballerina. Are you? I'm not at all.
What's that?
It's the John Wick spinoff with Anna de Armas.
They already did a John Wick spinoff about the Continental. I didn't watch that.
Yeah, but this one's just about her, I guess.
Who is she again?
Anna de Armas, the hot chick from Knives Out.
Oh,
The main character. The
she's in the
the
movies.
nurse.
Who does she
She's
play
the main.
in the movie?
She's the ballerina. Jesus Christ. She's the ballerina.
But when does she get shown in the film?
She's never in the films.
Oh.
It's a fucking spinoff.
Okay, so she's not in the movies at all. This
Unless
is a whole
she's
new
in the
thing.
most recent one that I never saw.
I watched them all. Yeah.
It's like Parabellum or something, and I'm like, all right, I'm done now.
Yeah.
After
No,
that.
it ends exactly how you think it would. Like the ending scene, you're like, oh, he's gonna do that, and then he does it, and you're like, yeah, that's
I can
what
imagine.
I figured. And then
I could sort of imagine.
okay,
and
that's
an
it.
idea.
That's that. But you are exhausted watching that film. You're like, because
Yeah, I
he's
bet.
so old now and tired. Like you're watching him go through because he has to kill like 100 people and like get to
Every
this one
scene,
place
he has
by
to
a
kill
certain
100 people.
time.
Yeah.
And you're like, and then he keeps having to go back, and he's going up these flight of stairs, and he keeps falling down
I
the
hate
stairs.
it.
And
Oh, I hate
it's
it.
exhausting, bro.
That's exhausting.
You're like, please. And then if he doesn't get to the top of the stairs in time, then he just dies automatically. He has to get there by a certain time. So you're watching him, and then people keep showing up and kicking him down the stairs, and he has to kill 10 more people. Then he gets up a little bit, then he falls all the way down to the bottom of the stairs. Now he's got to start it from the beginning. You're like,
and
dude,
there's
how
no way he
long
has
can this
enough
go
time.
on?
Yeah. It's the whole movie.
And then
is
this one
that
guy shows up. You better make it up those stairs, John. Come on.
And
you
he
can
helps
do
him?
it. No. He
Oh.
just watches him climb up the stairs on his own, but he just tries to give him like that emotional
Yeah.
support.
And then
You
when he
could-
gets
come
to the
on,
top,
John.
he kicks him down.
But it is kind of a cool scene, like who it is that says it to him and why.
Is it
cool.
Ian McShane or is he dead at this
No,
point?
no. I don't.
He's probably dead.
No. He's at the very. He's up there waiting for him at the top of the stairs.
up, John.
Yeah,
He's great.
Yeah.
Garbage Man said, you guys should watch the trailer for the ballerina live if you haven't seen it yet.
Ooh, that might be a
It
good
looks
idea.
good, but I have a feeling we know the ending before it ends.
Always, yeah, with those.
Yeah, please tell me
With
you
that kind of
guys
shit.
have seen Dark Matter from Apple
So
TV.
I wanted to start watching that. I actually, that's something I love, that kind of stuff.
What is this?
It's a sci-fi, like kind of physics film. I think it has to. Is it a time travel show? It's on Apple. It's on Apple TV.
it says that,
It's
yeah.
either a multi-dimensional or time travel show where he's dealing with like
Dark Matter.
like multiple layers of reality or something. Yeah.
It's called Dark Matter. I figured it was some kind of.
Yeah, it's like multi dimensions or something.
Yeah.
It looks good, and it's that one guy from Warrior, not Bane, the brother.
Yeah, not Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton.
Edgerton.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
right. Yeah.
So he's in it.
I like him. Yeah, he's good.
He's good. He's
Yeah.
not Bane.
No, Tom Hardy's the shit.
Hardy in Warrior is the greatest character he's like ever played, other than Bane. He's so good in that. It's
I don't
crazy.
know.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy's played some good characters. Hold on.
Who are these pictures?
Why you show me pictures of people?
Yeah, people I don't know. Yeah, yeah.
That's my wife, Tommy.
It's such a good. Or where his arm's broken. Well, why? What are you doing, Tommy?
Yeah.
You don't have to do it anymore. It's okay.
Yeah.
Let go, Tommy. It's okay. It's okay. And
Yeah,
the
it's a
dad's
good
watching from the crowd.
Dude,
he sees
you
it.
got the son of a bitch.
That whole thing.
Yeah, that's a
where
great
he
movie,
sees
dude. I heard people
what
dogging
happens.
on that movie. They're like,
Nobody could talk shit on that film.
dude. I heard a bunch of people dogging.
You'd
on
have to
that.
be the silliest piece
They're
of
like,
shit.
they're like, it's the stupidest. Like UFC
What?
want to make a UFC movie, so they do.
No,
like,
no,
it has like good
so
story, and
beyond
good
that.
characters,
Yeah.
and like
Good
you like
actors.
relate to it. It's like he just wants to pay his mortgage.
Such a good. It's great.
It's a great movie.
The
I
UFC
really enjoy it.
element of it is not even like it's a dramatic film. Like,
Yeah.
That's like just a cool way to add some action. To
Yeah, no, for sure.
And it's suspense. Like you're like, well, who's good? And you always think Tommy's gonna fight Koba, and it ends up being Edgerton that has to fight Koba. And you're like, what? He can't beat that motherfucker.
And I like their fighting styles. One is just a brawler,
just
whoops the shit out of
all
him, bounces.
power, and the other one is technique.
Who would I relate him to as a fighter?
He's a wrestler, all technique, and
He
I love the classical
He gets his ass
music.
whooped the whole time.
Yeah.
And then until he just gets that thing cinched in and then gets the arm bar or
Yeah,
whatever.
and I like that he pulls it off. It's cool that he beats him, and that's why he gets to fight Tom.
And dude, those technical guys are usually gonna win.
And it turns out the two finalists are actually brothers.
How funny! Not even that voice. How funny that it's the guy playing Joe Rogan is
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's like good friend in real life.
Oh, that's funny.
Brian Callen.
Yeah.
We just found out
Yeah.
the two guys fighting
So here
for
we
the
go.
title
Yeah.
are actually brothers. Yeah.
So what we're saying here, guys, is brothers are going to be facing off in the final round for $100,000. Yeah,
You know,
there's always that guy.
there's
Oh, and he slipped him into an armbar. Look at there he goes. Oh my God, he's going down, and it's a 1 count. It's a 2 count. Oh my God, this could be the end of it. It's those
that
two
voice is like
things.
more like baseball. That voice doesn't exist in MMA really.
This guy?
That guy.
He's not in MMA
No.
at all.
Ever.
Not
The guy who's in MMA is
Why don't you hire me for MMA?
Chuck Liddell in the green shorts. It's that voice.
Oh, he does. Okay, it's
Yeah.
it's more like it's more
Yeah.
like this.
Randy
So
Couture in
yeah.
the blue.
Coming out of the red corner. Yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see that.
More than
Out of
the
the red corner in the green shorts, we have Koba.
just Kobo.
Now
Like
look at this
Madonna.
guy. Koba's career, we've seen a lot of good technique come out of his side of the house. His
is this?
last couple matches were knockouts, which we always like to see. He's a great fighter, great on his feet. When he gets you to the ground, it's game over. And that's what we're going to see here tonight. We got a newbie coming out. Oh, and here he is in the blue shorts. Newbie.
Tommy, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Basically, has to deal with alternate universe of yourself and the ways.
Alternate
Can you read
universes, yeah.
that? Can you read that? Oh, yeah.
Of yourself and the ways that it means to take over that life because you're not happy with the life you live.
Oh, what
Dark
the
matter
fuck?
is such a good. So yeah, so he takes over another reality version of himself.
Like
That's what
imagine
it
if your
is.
son died and at
So
childbirth,
it's Wanda.
and you were able to go into a different universe.
Scarlet
your
Witch.
son actually lived, but you had to kill the other. Yeah, it's Scarlet.
Yeah,
it's
Scarlet
Wanda,
Witch
yeah.
was going to do that. She was going to take the place of her other. And I love like how they keep trying to explain that to her. Like Wanda, what happens to their actual mother? Like
I'm their mother.
I am their mother.
Okay.
Oh, you're
But
not. Yeah.
You don't have children, right? So what happens? And then I love that.
They exist in every universe except this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
you're gonna use magic to eat your children. That's what every mother does.
I
So
love it.
fucking
Yeah,
good.
she's so psycho in it.
So
It's
good.
so good.
So good.
Does your kids have a mother? Yes. Good. Then someone's will be left there to raise them.
Yeah.
Like she's crazy.
The
What a good villain
The
she is.
smartest man alive. Don't mess with Black Bolt. If he uses his mouth,
I just
then you're
smile.
dead. Fucking idiot.
What the mouth? And she has
Yeah.
the accent because she's
When
like,
she gets
totally
evil, she
doesn't
does
give
the
a
accent.
shit.
Even in WandaVision,
Yeah.
they did that.
Yeah.
Don't come back here.
It's
We're like
good.
so sad.
Yeah.
She reverts back to that.
Weird with the multiversal characters bringing Quicksilver in from the Fox universe, but making
Just
it
for a boner
not a
joke?
variant. Yeah, that I
Let me off
I don't want
boner.
any of that. I don't want Doomsday to do any of that. I
It
don't want
won't.
variants
It won't.
like that.
They're back on track. They know what they're doing.
Okay, yeah. I'm worried
We-
about that with Iron Man.
Thunderbolts, Jared.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts. We're back on track.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like we don't need characters from like the Fantastic Four film with like Michael B. Jordan showing up.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like
God.
I just don't want any
That
of
kind of bullshit.
That's
No,
what I
no,
mean.
no,
I don't
no, no, no,
we don't
no.
need that. We don't need
Even any other Fantastic
Yeah.
Four character from the other movies.
The
like,
Wizard of
I wanna
Oz
see
did it
Jessica
first. They were right. They did it best or whatever it
Alba.
was.
What is this?
This is
Deadpool
from
Wolverine
yeah,
or something?
Devil Wolverine. The Wizard of Oz did it first.
What is this?
They were the best. when he's talking about the multiverse. He's like, let's just be done with it. The Wizard of Oz was first. They did it best. Yeah.
First and best. Yeah, that's dope. All right, yeah, I'll check this out. It's on Apple TV and it's called Dark Matter. Do it with it.
But Three Body Problem first, Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like 8 episodes maybe.
So did I even get to my articles?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
Well, fuck it.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Let me know in the comments or whatever what you think about that. What you think about the Magenta crash and the Roswell crash and how those two link up. Do you think I'm onto something there with the radar and the lightning? Because there's too many coincidences there.
Yeah.
And if you start thinking, what would make a UFO crash in 1933 in Italy, of all places, there's the idea that that's where radar was being invented in that exact year, at that exact time by Marconi. It's just, that's it. If it's not nuclear, then maybe it's radar. Maybe it's scalar waves. Maybe there's a phenomenon there. So please, if you didn't see the beginning of the episode, watch that back. Let me know what you think about that.
Yeah.
I want to know theory.
Someone left in the comments the signing. Oh, you read it, right?
Which one?
The signing in 1913. Signing of something. I don't
Oh
know
yeah. So I did look into that a little bit. We'll get into that.
So
I like that.
We'll talk
I think
about
that wasn't it his idea?
I think it was Garbage Man. That's why I'm
Garbage. Was that your idea to look into that?
I think it was.
But it was. I talked about how after Roswell we got the National Defense Act, which created the DoD and the CIA and the Air Force.
What was the Department of Energy called before it was the Department of Energy?
The Atomic Energy Commission.
There he is. I'll see if you remember.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry for all the messages.
No,
don't ever apologize, brother.
We love the comments.
Yeah, but I know you guys. Can you read that? I couldn't fucking see.
I know you guys are going to enjoy Dark Matter. I think Dark Matter will be, and he said watch Dark Matter before Three Body Problem. Thank you. Appreciate that. And he says you guys are great, by the way. Thank you for joining. Thank you for staying in the comments.
You're great.
Yep, we love it.
Great.
We love the comments. That's what makes the show. That's why we do it live.
Yep, we're doing it live. And then, 100%. And then, we got some cool videos coming out. You want to tell them about it, Jared?
Dude, I'm doing a Magenta, Italy first crash retrieval ever video. So stay tuned for that. It'll be coming out probably within the next week or so. Yeah.
Sure.
But it's a deep dive into the Magenta, Italy crash. I'll talk a little bit about what I talked about today, but it's going to be solely focused on Magenta, Italy and what it led to and the breakthroughs and the people involved. It's going to be fun. So get ready for that. Thank you, everybody in the comments. We love you guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, sorry, I'm tired today, my friend. It's been a fucking long one. For you too, shit. But guys, we appreciate you. We love you. We got some cool videos. I'm editing day and night. I'm trying to get this stuff out, man. And it's exciting. We're filming good stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you, Chase. Thank you, Garbage Man. Thank you, everybody in the chat. You guys rock. You're the bees knees, the cats PJs. We love you so much, and we already miss you. So we'll see you next week, and expect a video before next week. All right, guys, love you so much. Kept you on that flippy flop. Later, skater.
Yeah.